image is 37,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean. And this is the pilot caught this incredible image, which is by far one of the craziest cloud figures, images I've seen. Because why on earth does it flatten out at the top? It really does look like an explosion's gone off at the bottom of at the top of the clouds there. The spectacular image of the storm was taken from the cockpit of an airplane in near darkness and during a bumpy ride. This stunning image gives a crazy overview of just how powerful a thunderstorm can be. The image was taken over the Pacific Ocean from around 37,000 feet above and by a pilot. The pilot, named Santiago Borja, was at multitasking. He had snapped the amazing image of a threatening thunderstorm while flying from New York to Ecuador. It's not very common to have the luck of flying by an isolated storm this big, said Borja to NBC News. Usually, they are all embedded into the clouds, making it impossible to be seen. You have to use the radar. That is the question, that brings about the question. Why is this cloud isolated straight up? Yes, it does happen, but very, very rarely. Now, as they said, they're over the Pacific Ocean, 37,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean. And yes, storms are absolutely crazy, and storms are normal. But the clouds, as of late, are increasingly becoming rarer. We're seeing increasingly rare clouds, increasingly rare signs and wonders. And this looks as though it's an explosion. Because I really cannot understand the top, how it leveled out at the top like that. You would think that it would have rounded out or something of that nature, but no, this is like literally straight up and down. And then it just flattens almost like a shape of a T. Before we go on to the next image, this was a post by The Mirror, posted on July 11, 2016. Have aliens landed, or has the weather given the storm clouds a freakish new form? This was posted quite a while back. It was taken by photographers, and they were chasing a storm, which had 90-mile-an-hour winds, and that's how they got these incredible photos. But yet, some of these images look interestingly familiar, because they're bearing the same resemblance, especially with what appears to be some blue energy or something of that nature within this cloud. To the video that we just did recently about CERN and the LHC and how they had a portal or something that looked like a portal directly over the Large Hadron Collider. Keep in mind, these are 90-mile-an-hour winds. Tornadoes, this is Tornado Alley, so of course there's a lot of tornadoes, and this is storm clouds that are generating tornadoes. 90-mile-an-hour winds is producing these sorts of clouds. Okay, that's pretty believable. But why was Geneva producing these sorts of clouds without 90-mile-an-hour winds? You see what I'm getting at? That's kind of strange. The energy from the lightning bolts in here, you can tell it's definitely quite high. I mean, these are insane storms, and they're becoming increasingly more common. Think about China. They're completely under a lot of flooding. Paris was just recently flooded. In Australia, there is snow. Texas, of course, there was flooding recently there as well. The wildfires in Canada. We've got to ask, where is all this crazy weather coming from? It's not like it's been building and building for 100 years or something of that nature. It's just started recently, a few years ago. Now, granted, it was sporadic throughout 2010, but from 2010 onwards, it's becoming increasingly more common. The weather is getting more violent, and somebody's going to say that it's called climate change, but what I'm going to tell you, it's not climate change. Most of the time, it's called geoengineering or weather wars. But anyways, let's get back to the crazy cloud photos. So let me stop for a second. If you are on the website, or if you are on YouTube and you want to see the videos that go with this particular post, go to the source link in the description box, and at the end of me talking about and reading part of the article that goes with this picture here, we're playing the actual videos of footage, because this is total insanity. 10,000 flashes of lightning in Hong Kong. The city was hit by a whopping 10,000 bolts of lightning during an epic 12-hour overnight thunderstorm, with even meteorologists taken aback by the intensity. Hong Kong residents were barely starting to cool down from the hottest July day in half a century when the observatory issued a thunderstorm warning at 6:45 p.m. on Saturday, alerting the public to seek shelter and get off of high ground. In more than 5 hours, up to 12 a.m., the observatory recorded 5,905 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, most of them hitting Lantau Island and the New Territories. An amber rainstorm warning was issued on top of that at 9:55 a.m. as downpours lashed parts of Hong Kong with more than 30 millimeters of rain. And there's something that's very common with all of these posts that we've been doing lately, with all the electricity that's in the air. Because, of course, lightning is electricity, and some of the previous ones are the ones that were in the little slideshow. We'll get to the actual post in just a minute, or the photo in just a minute. You can see the electricity, or almost the energy that's in the cloud. And yet again, here is more geoengineering done by chemtrails. Oh wait, no, we're not supposed to say that. You know what? It's just ice crystals. It's okay though. Even though the CIA just admitted that they are injecting chemicals, or quote unquote cloud seeding, to slow down or cool down the earth, put it that way. Anyways, let's continue with this. There was an optical phenomenon over the skies of the red car the other day. No little green men weren't spotted over Teesside, but there was something looking rather worldly, a sun halo. A sun halo is formed when light is refracted in millions of hexagonal ice crystals, which are suspended in the atmosphere and can be formed at different degrees. Right. Ice crystals. We'll go with that. Moving on. These are crazy clouds over Denmark. They are crystal blue, if you would. Night sky photographer Ruslan captured a series of nightscape images in the early morning of July 1st, 2016, with electric blue clouds swirling overhead. The small town is illuminated, and the twinkling lights of the quaint skyline are reflecting in the calm waters below. Blue clouds? Very interesting. Waves in the clouds, July 10th, Dorset, southwest England. Waves in the sky. Extraordinary photographs taken on an iPhone show ultra-rare wave-like clouds forming over Dorset landscape. Yet more crazy, rare clouds. I was going to say photos, but clouds. I mean, this is insanity. This isn't the only place that it took place recently. This sort of thing, happened in Indianapolis just recently as well on June 10th. Which the person taking the pictures, I believe, said that they haven't seen these kind of clouds in 60 years. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's continue. The unique formation known as undulatus asperatus develops when undulation in the atmosphere causes air to move up and down. When wind makes contact with the base of low-lying clouds, a striking wavy motion then appears. And this is exactly what also took place in Indiana. Very strange, because it really seems like they're coming up with random names for brand new clouds or rare clouds and trying to wipe it off as everything's all right. It's normal. When was the last time we've seen crazy cloud formations that looked like discs or UFOs in the sky? Exactly. Pretty much since the camera phone's been invented, there have not been pictures of crazy cloud formations like this floating around that often. It is almost every other week that we are seeing photos of this magnitude on the internet from all over the world. That's crazy. Here's even more. Waves in the sky. These cloud formations were spotted over Colorado Springs, Colorado. A lot of people are going to say, well, it's because of the mountain air, and when it blows off of the tops of the mountains, it blows straight up, and that's why we see the clouds as such. But if we go back to the beginning, we're seeing these clouds over the Pacific Ocean where there are no mountains, and that's why they're blowing straight up? Yeah, right. Okay, these are pretty interesting. Obviously, that could be because the mountain air is blowing straight up, as I was saying earlier, but I'm saying the ones in the very beginning, right here, there are no mountains. It's the middle of the Pacific Ocean, 37,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean. Going forward, though, Colorado, you guys got some crazy clouds. In the previous video that we did like this just a couple months ago, it was called The Heavens or something to that effect. I can't remember the exact title, but it's on YouTube. Has 130-some thousand views. And Colorado, Denver, Colorado, had some of the craziest clouds. The formations and the electricity that was spotted within the clouds is just, it's insane. I mean, this time around, it's purple. There's purple lightning. That's intensity for you right there. These are insane clouds all over the world. Crazy storms all over the world. And they're happening within weeks apart. The magnitude of all the storms that are ongoing throughout the entire planet is insane. The crazy weather. Some people want to chalk it up as climate change or so on and so forth, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Acts chapter 2, verse 19. And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. These are signs of the times, signs and wonders in the heavens. And that's exactly what we're seeing all over the world. Rare clouds that you haven't seen in 60 years, and suddenly it's within, just a few, I think it's weeks. Yeah, weeks, July 10th. Weeks of each other from two different spots on the planet. 60 years ago. And there's two places that have them both. Okay. Now, again, purple lightning. These are not taken mine. Somebody's going to say, well, these are photoshopped. These are photoshopped. No, these were taken with a cell phone camera. And they were not photoshopped. They were sent in because people were alarmed at the magnitude of the storm. Now, of course, if you want to see all these pictures and see more about each image that we've displayed here, of course, please click the source link in the description box. We have of course an article that goes with this. But before we close, there's something else I need to show you. mankind is trying to play God. And somehow we haven't put it together that all of this is related. Science and technology have both grown, and faith in God has decreased. And the planet is showing the signs. Seek Christ today. That's all I got for you. God bless and carry on.